Amy's eyes widened. She could clearly see, at every station they passed, that old lady with white hair would appear outside the window. She even made a strange gesture at Amy. When the train arrived at the station, Amy gathered her courage and walked toward the old lady. But strangely, the old lady took a small step back. Amy stopped in her tracks. She cautiously asked the old lady not to move, but no matter how she approached, the distance between them remained the same. However, what truly terrified Amy was that no matter where she went, the old lady followed closely behind. Just as Amy was on the verge of breaking down, she stopped a woman who was hiking nearby. She anxiously explained what was happening, hoping the woman could ask the old lady what she wanted. The woman nodded, striding toward the old lady, but the next moment made Amy's blood run cold. She saw the old lady whisper a few words to the woman. The woman's face instantly turned deathly pale. She suddenly turned back to look at Amy. Then, as if she had seen a ghost, she bolted away in terror. Amy's heart pounded like a drum. She spun around and ran desperately toward town, but when she looked back, the old lady was still there, like a shadow she couldn't shake off. Amy began to doubt if she was hallucinating. She rushed into an inn, shivering. She begged the owner for help. She asked everyone to check if there was really an old lady outside. The owner glanced out the window. He nodded and confirmed there was indeed an old lady. He even mentioned that in such cold weather, she must be freezing. Everyone suggested letting the old lady in to warm up. The owner immediately stepped outside, but as soon as he approached the old lady, she spoke again. Then, the owner turned to look at Amy in disbelief, and the next second, he sprinted away like a madman. That was the final straw for Amy's sanity. She curled up in her room, not daring to step outside. Yet the old lady never left. Even after an entire day and night, she was still standing there. Amy was tormented by fear and exhaustion, but before she could make it through the third day, the innkeeper's wife forced her to leave. Her voice trembled as she spoke. That night, after her husband saw the old lady, he completely vanished. Amy was in despair. She didn't know who else to turn to, so she called her mother for help. She asked her to go talk to the old lady, and keep the call connected the whole time. Amy listened to her mother's footsteps, getting closer and closer to the old lady, but before she could say much, a sudden scream erupted from the other end of the line. Then came the sound of her mother running away in terror.